Hello everyone, I am Chefmom Rosebud. Welcome to another episode of US Pork, It's the Best. Halloween, which is one of the most anticipated celebrations all over the world, is just around the corner. And there's no symbol more iconic than the jack-o'-lantern. I'm sure familiar kayo dun sa jack-o'-lantern. It's simply just pumpkin with its lid chopped off, the flesh scooped out, tapos nilalagyan siya ng mga scary carvings sometimes, and then you put a candle inside to illuminate it. And as you can see, meron na ako dito mga chino-chop na pumpkin into smaller pieces because today I will be sharing with you a special Halloween dish using, of course, high-quality US pork grain-fed to perfection. And I will be making my US pork stew with pumpkin. Look for the sticker pag bibili kayo. We always look forward to celebrating Halloween, letting all of the flavors marry together. Like I mentioned earlier, magluluto ako ngayon ng special dish for Halloween, which is US pork stew with pumpkin. Kasi diba usually at this time, marami na ang excited, lalo na yung mga kids and the kids at heart. Usually may mga gatherings, may mga get-together, may mga parties, lalo na yung trick or treat. But now with the new normal, I'm sure na all of us will just be staying at home. Pero that shouldn't stop us from commemorating or celebrating the memory of our dearly departed. And one way of doing that is by cooking and eating delicious food. So hindi ko na patatagalin pa, let me get my US pork from the chiller. Okay, so this is our US pork. This has been thawed out already. One way of thawing your US pork is by getting it out of the freezer, placing it on a plate, and then leave it inside the chiller. So depende yan sa laki ng meat nyo. If you have like small roast, you thaw it out in the chiller from 3 to 5 hours, yung mga 1/2 kilo. And then if you have a large roast, mga 4 to 7 hours also for 1/2 kilo. And if you have 1 inch thick of chop, mga 12 to 14 hours yan inside your chiller. But if you're using ground pork, what you can do is just check on the thickness of the package and then dun nyo siya tatansyahin kung gaano ba katagal ang pagsasaw. Another way of thawing it out is by using the microwave. So you just have to follow the manufacturer's guidelines on how to microwave to thaw out your meat. Just make sure that once you microwave it to thaw it out, lutuin nyo yan kaagad. And of course, just thaw out the portion that you need to maintain proper hygiene. So okay, so we have it here. And of course, to make sure na US pork ang binibili nyo, just look for the sticker. Ayan. Of course, we'll be flashing on the screen where you'll be buying your US pork. So let me just take it out of, ayan, the packaging. So again, when you thaw it, tanggalin from the freezer, nandun pa rin siya sa packaging, ha? Huwag nyo tatanggalin. The only time that you're gonna be taking it out from the packaging is when you're gonna be slicing it already. Ayan, so let me just chop off our US pork into parang cube size. Okay, dito natin siya ilagay. Alam niyo, marami actually mga misconception about frozen food, lalo na dati pa. Sinasabi kasi nila yung mga frozen meat, hindi na raw siya fresh, tapos hindi na maganda yung quality, kasi nga frozen na. So some people are thinking na, naku, mga tira-tirang meat na lang yan na binibenta. Sabi nila, hindi na raw nga maganda yung quality. But of course, with modern technology, lalo na sa meat industry, now we are assured na talagang maganda pa rin yung quality ng meat natin. Because once the pig are slaughtered, it's frozen right away and packed to maintain its quality. Lalo na, di ba, ang US is very far from us. So, yung pag-pack sa kanya ng frozen actually will maintain its good quality. First things first, kailangan mo natin i-season ang ating US pork. And one good thing about US pork, I think I've mentioned this before, it cuts your cooking time kasi nga it's tender already. So, hindi na kailangan ng matagal pang pagpapakulo sa ating karne. So, let us just season this with salt and pepper. Let us just mix it all here. Let us now cook our US pork. Actually, I'm using US pork shoulder. If I haven't mentioned it yet, this is US pork shoulder. So let us just cook this on one side until it is brown. So let's just place it here. Of course, when you're cooking, make sure that you don't overcrowd your pan. Okay, lagyan na nga lang natin. Okay. So we're just actually waiting for this to brown. Ayan. I'm sure kayong mga nanonood dyan, excited na rin kayo for Halloween. But sadly nga, dito lang tayo sa bahay lahat. Yung mga kids, walang masusuot na Halloween costume outside. Well, they can actually wear Halloween costume pa rin naman inside the house. Bigyan nyo na lang sila ng treats nila because, of course, it's not advisable for them to go out. So, sa mga viewers ko ngayon, if you have any memorable Halloween experiences, share nyo naman dyan sa ating comment section below. I would love to hear from all of you. Katulad ako, when I was a young kid, dun sa school namin, we'd always look forward to celebrating Halloween. Laging merong Halloween programs. Ang dami ko na yatang naging costume during Halloween. Meron dyan yung princess ako ng mga pirates, meron yung vampire ako. Actually, dun sa princess ako ng pirates, I was in grade 3 that time. Kumanta pa ako sa school noon. Dun ako nakita ng aking husband. At dahil sa pagkanta kong yon, wearing that pink gown, dun siya na-in-love sa akin. So, isa yan sa mga memorable Halloween days ko. Ayan. So, okay, let's check. Pag nag-brown yung ating pork, we can turn it to the other side. There. So, we actually just want our pork to brown. Lagay natin dito sa ating paper-lined tray to remove the excess oil. Okay, so this is done. Last batch and we are done. So let me just set it all aside. So like I mentioned earlier, hindi naman na kailangan mag-worry na, naku baka hindi pa luto yung loob. We just want to brown the surface of our meat because later on we'll be stewing this with the rest of our ingredients. So let's just lower the heat. Let's lower the heat now. And using the same pot, okay, let me just get my wooden spoon. Let us saute the rest of our ingredients. So I have here white onions. There. So let's just saute this until it becomes translucent. And then we add in our, of course, ang ating pang panggisa, our garlic or bawang. So saute just until you can smell its fragrance. And of course, dahil dito tayo nag-fry ng ating US pork earlier, nandyan din yung flavor ng ating US pork. Ang ating US pork actually gives out a sweet flavor kasi nga they are grain-fed to perfection. There. Now we add in our ginger. There. Actually, itong dish na to medyo siya aside from Halloween-inspired, medyo Americanized version din ng ating mga pork stew. Kasi ano ba yung mga pork stew natin? Mga menudo, caldereta, di ba? Ito medyo Americanized version. Kasi before naman talaga yung Halloween, mas celebrated siya sa Amerika. Pero now, all over the world talaga, marami nang nag-aabang ng Halloween. Let me now add in our tomato paste. Okay, so our tomato paste, we will just cook that for a minute or so, para lang to take out the acidity from the tomato paste. So at this point, we could now bring back our US pork sa ating pot. So lagyan natin siya lahat dyan. Ayan. And then we add in our diced tomatoes. So this is canned diced tomatoes. Just mix it with your US pork. Ayan, ang ganda na ng kulay. Medyo Halloween na yung theme. Bakit ka mo? Kasi red. So, medyo bloody. No, joke lang. Yung mga moms dyan, if you want to still celebrate Halloween with your kids, prepare for them delicious meals na medyo Halloween themed. Like yung mga cookies, lagyan yung mga spider dyan, spooky eyes, pwede pa rin. There. And you could actually, like what I mentioned earlier, you could actually make them wear pa rin their Halloween costumes at home. There. So, taasan na natin yung ating apoy. So I added our chicken broth inside. Pwede rin kayo gumamit ng pork broth. That is fine. There. And now we add in yung kaninang china-chop ko na pumpkin. So this one will take long to cook. Kaya lagyan na natin siya dyan. And actually, maraming iba't ibang klase ng pumpkin. Meron yung buttersquash, meron yung kalabasa natin, that's actually one of the pumpkins. Meron kasi talaga yung pumpkin sa States, yung mas round siya, yung parang pa-oval talaga siya. But if you can't find that, just use whatever pumpkin is available in the market. And then we add our bay leaf. Lagyan na natin yung bay leaf natin dyan. Later, we will remove that before we eat. And then we have here kasi ang pumpkin actually din, and pork, bagay na bagay with cinnamon. So let's just add it there. And let's mix. So that's our cinnamon. That's a spice that you could buy in powdered form. Meron din namang cinnamon bark. Pwede rin kayong gumamit nun. And then we have our cumin. So, very fragrant yung ating dish for today. And then, we'll season this with some salt and pepper. Talaga nag-iingay si Tyler, yung aking aso. There. So, salt and pepper. So, we're just letting this cook, letting all of the flavors marry together. Siyempre, iba't ibang ingredients ang meron dyan. So, kailangan ay mag-complement siya sa isa't isa. Together with our US pork. There. And then we have here some chili flakes for just an extra kick. There. And we have lemon slices. So, lagay lang din natin siya dyan. Pampadagdag din ng lasa. I'm sure all of you who are watching right now, medyo naku-curious na, ano yung lasa nun? Diba? Meron tayong cinnamon, meron tayong cumin, meron tayong chili flakes, meron tomatoes, meron ding lemon. So, I'm telling you, this is something that you should try to recreate at home para malaman nyo kung anong lasa. But I assure you, this is really delicious. And I have here some bell peppers. So, yung bell peppers, you could actually slice this thinly. Pero ang ginawa ko, I just chopped off the top part, kinuha ko yung seeds, and the white part inside, kasi syempre, yun yung medyo mapait. So, I took it out, parang ilalagay ko lang siya dito, para lang it resembles a witch's hat. Para lang in theme with Halloween, di ba? So, this is good. What I'm gonna do next is, since this is a stew recipe, nagpapainit na ako ng oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. So, doon natin siya tatapusin na lutuin. So, this is our carved out pumpkin. Lagay na natin siya sa taas ng cookie sheet. There. So, medyo matigas lang to when you carve it out, pero kayang-kaya yan. Mag-grow ang muscles ninyo. Okay, let me just turn off the heat. And we will finish cooking this inside the oven. Pero nga, para lang mas exciting at mas maganda siya kainin, lilipat natin siya ngayon dito sa ating pumpkin. So, di ba? We won't throw this out. Gagamitin natin siya para mas magandang presentation. So, let me just get our US pork. Siyempre, kailangan punong-puno ng US pork. And we will partially cover it and then place it inside the oven sa 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. So, let's go! Okay, so 1 hour and 30 minutes have passed. Let us check our US pork stew with pumpkin. Ayan, nakikita nyo, nag-iba na yung color ng ating pumpkin. Medyo lumambot na siya. So, let me just turn this off. Ayan. Let me take it out. Medyo, syempre, pag kayo ay magluluto nito, mag-ingat dahil mainit. So, let's go back to the kitchen counter. There. Let's place our US pork sticker. There you go. And there you have it. Ito na ang aking US pork stew with pumpkin. Sadly, we have come to the end of another delicious episode with US pork. It's the best. But I do hope that you learned something new for today. If you plan to recreate this dish, of course, use US pork. And how will you know if it's US pork? Look for the sticker. We'll be flashing on the screen saan nyo pwedeng bilhin yung US pork. And, of course, don't forget to like the USMEF ASEAN page to know where you can buy US pork products at para na rin maging updated kayo sa kanilang mga upcoming promos. And of course, dun sa mga nanonood ko ngayon na subscribers, if you're gonna recreate this dish, picturean nyo and tag me on my Facebook or Instagram account, Chefmom Rosebud Benitez, para naman ma-repost ko yung inyong mga creations. Again, thank you so much for watching me today. Don't forget to like and to share this video. And mag-comment na rin kayo down below kung ano yung mga masasabi ng pamilya nyo tungkol sa dish na to, or if you have any other mga suggestions on the upcoming episodes. Ayan. So again, thank you so much for watching, and do join me again next month for another episode of US Pork. It's the best. Siyempre, the best part, kikiman time. Kunin ko na muna to. Siyempre, kailangan nating tikman ang US pork. There. Tikman natin with the sauce. And this could actually be served with some crusty bread here. Yan, tikman natin. Wow, very tender. Kahit ang tagal na niluto, napaka-tender niya. See? Let's just bite. Sarap!